difficulties at the start. We're here, though. Game's going on. We're here for the Humboldt versus Edison. Beginning of the season. Two teams that were towards the bottom of their conferences last year, looking to make a run this year.
Nice drive by Fidel. I like to start at 5, though. Humboldt definitely spreads the ball out. Last game we had 4 different people scoring in double figures. Actually, 5 different people scoring in double figures, and one of them came off the bench. So I like how they spread the ball around, get downhill, and score. One more shot for Fidel. And it's in. We got 2-0 starting West Side Humboldt. I love the West Side jerseys, though. Those is hot, man.
Those is hard for sure.
Yep, almost a steal. Looking like Humboldt's in a little zone, maybe matchup zone. Nice turnout here for the West Side Boosters night. Okay. So we know who the shooter is. It's Malachi over on Edison. He's letting that thing fly, a little lefty. There we go. We got 2 points for Jakir Rice, and I think that's their star right now. Last game he had 16, 7, and 5, looking to be aggressive. Even last year he was aggressive on that team that was 1 win away from making it to the promised land. Foul on Calvin.
Turnover there by number 20, Fariz Mitsikit. Okay, I had to try that. I'm sorry.
Got an early sub for Edison real quick. Got Terrence Golston coming in, giving Malachi a rest. Edison just needs to figure out that zone. They swinging the ball good, but they need to get downhill. Just because you're in the zone don't mean you have to shoot that ball.
First shot.
It's all right, Keith.
Let's see if the
keep
young
getting
man
them
gets
up,
warmed
Keith.
up, man.
So we got the Humboldt Hawks. They got our 4th in the conference right now, sitting at 1-0. Beat Brooklyn Center last week, 73-61. Like I said, 5 people in double figures, so I know they spread that ball out, had a good first game. But the Edison Tommies are 0-2 right now, last in their conference, so seem to try to come over across the water and get their first W. LD, growing up, how was it? You know, I know you played both of these teams. How did you view these teams and when you was ready at Central?
Personally, actually, though, I never played Edison. Never got to play them in a real game. We did a little summer basketball against them. Humboldt, you know, in recent years or in the past, they weren't really a force or someone that you really had to worry about too much. You know, we're hoping that with the new coaching changes going on right now, with these players and, you know, with some of the talk about coming up here with that West Side on their jerseys, you know, maybe some more kids from that West Side program will come here and help turn it around. But as far as the past goes, you know, just respectfully, these teams haven't really been factors as far as basketball goes.
For sure. Like I said, looking to turn that around. Well, you would think Westside Boosters in your backyard, man. That should be your feeder program. I think that's one of the best things a high school can do is have a feeder program, whether it comes from the Parks and Rec, whether you grow your own feeder program through your high school. But that it's good to see the Westside Boosters here supporting because they right up the block.
I wish more coaches would tap in with their local rec centers. Honestly, you know, tap in with those kids, man. It's a lot of jewels and gems that you'll find with just a little bit more guidance or the right coaching that help turn your program around. You know, it's something we push hard here at TCS. Is these kids from the city staying in the city, you know, and boosting up the city. So we definitely would love to see that. And I think, you know, with the young Westside Boosters coming up, if Humboldt can get that relationship going, then this will be a right start, a good start for them going forward for sure. Right now the game's a little bit chaotic. We got a lot of turnovers going back and forth right now, but you know, as they settle down, you know, these are still early games for these young guys. Still a lot to figure out, you know what I'm saying? So they'll get settled and the game will get a little bit more cleaner here.
No, for sure. We got 4-2 with 14 left. Like I told y'all, Terrence came right in the game, got a little layup. So they're on the board. Terrence with the drive again. And we got to travel. All right, right now we got big homies from the Westside Boosters coming up. We got Bob and Nuff coming up. We're going to interview them.
President and Vice President of the Westside Boosters.
Yes, sir. We appreciate them having us out.
What's going on, Bob?
What's up, man? What's up? How you doing? Come sit down. Yup.
Yeah, we got some for you too. Yeah. We all ready.
What's up? Hey. LD, we'll go back and forth. You start over there. So once we want to say big shouts out to y'all. Appreciate y'all having us come. I think this is a beautiful night, having the boosters up here, you know, right down the block. So we just want to start off. I'll start with you. How's the Westside Boosters flag football program going?
Our flag football program's going. We're pretty solid right now. We just had tryouts about a month ago. We just added about another 4 teams to our travel roster. We got probably the best organization, to be honest, in the state for travel football. One of the best in the Midwest. We travel all over the country. Took top 6 in the Junior Olympics just this past year for one of my teams. Plan on going down to Worlds in February, trying to win that. We've won the Worlds already about 4 years ago. So we're just trying to kind of duplicate what we've been doing up here. And no, it's growing. No, our flag football, it's West Side. But we go under Jay Sizzle, you know, Jalen Suggs, big Westside Booster alumni, helps out with a lot of the stuff. So we use his name with the Westside Booster as an umbrella.
All right, and then I got a question for you, Bob. You know, how long have you been the president here, and what's the Westside Boosters mentoring program? How's that going for you guys?
I've been I was the president from 2021 to 23, and now I'm actually the executive director for the last 2 years. As far as the mentoring program, I try to do something a little bit different with these kids because it can't just be about sports. So with the mentoring program, we're doing college visits. We're doing, I just brought kids to the Capitol, trying to show them a different way. Everybody might not go to college, so if you don't go to college, there's other ways to be successful. We had the trades come in. I had the Navy, the Army come in. If you want to be a police officer, I had the police department, the sheriff's department come in. And I'm still, every other month, we go visit another college, just trying to open the eyes for these kids to be successful. Opportunities for these kids to get jobs. Everybody doesn't want to do sports, and I get that. And I just don't want to save the kids that want to do sports. I'm trying to, you know, figure out a path for all the kids in the community. You know what I mean? And this isn't just a West Side thing. I take all kids that want to be motivated on a positive note. You know, I'm sick of seeing all of our kids going to prison for dumb things by not having the right leadership. A lot of kids that we're dealing with, sometimes it's both their parents that are not around, or a lot of times the dads aren't around, and they need leadership. You know, they need positive leadership because a lot of things they're not getting at home at times, or we're just helping moms as well. You know, so that's big that the Westside Boosters try to do as coaches. Just try to, you know, give life lessons, you know, for these kids. And we got a group of kids of about 60 kids right now. Right now we're working on a toy drive. 2 weeks ago we just taught them how to make pies, you know. So I'm just changing the game up a little bit. Yeah. So, you know, if we can keep growing on that, and if anyone ever has some ideas, you know, shoot us of different things that we can take the kids. I talk to them All of America. We do that. We take them to the movies, Valley Fair. I'm just trying to just keep them busy. The more kids are busy, the less time they got in the street. So if we can keep doing stuff like that, you know, I'm all for it. Yeah.
For sure. So I know you said you're going out and traveling and going to different states. I wanted to know, is there 2 different leagues? Are you guys just all traveling? Is there in-house? And then also, when does that next season start so we can come catch a game?
Yeah, so I run an in-house league. We usually start right when the snow melts. We're right out of El Rio, usually Monday and Wednesday nights from about 6 to 8:30. So like, there's a lot of kids that aren't ready for that travel league yet. So we provide them with the in-house league. Last year we had 145 kids come out for that. That's between the ages of 3rd grade all the way up to 8th grade. So we have that. And then our travel, so we finished the year in February coming up. That's the World Tournament. And then the brand new season usually starts right after that. So we go to the first tournament down in Lakeville, Minnesota, is at the end of March, Jesse James tournament. And we've won that tournament the last 4 years, so we're trying to go repeat.
So something that we've been talking about, and I know you guys also are kind of big on it as well, but we've been talking about, for one, we love these West Side jerseys. You know, I'll ask you 2 questions. How does that feel, you guys seeing that West Side out there on that Humboldt jerseys? And then 2, you know, what can be done going forward, man, for this to be more of a feeder program, or for, you know, West Side to send more kids here to Humboldt? You know, what does that look like for you in the future, man?
Well, obviously being born and raised from the West Side, I would love for all my kids to come to Humboldt. A big thing that we gotta, you know, I can't just make kids come here. It's a parent, you know, we gotta sell to the parents, but the feedback that we're getting from the parents is education, obviously, behavioral, what's going on in the school, obviously, and then the winning. We gotta get, you know, the winning. So education, we gotta pick up in the whole city. I keep saying that, you know, the same, you know, as you look at the suburbs and the private schools, the expectations that they have, we need to start implementing for the St. Paul public schools, you know. And these kids, though, got to be locked in as well. So one big difference that I've been seeing is we need to have more, all the St. Paul public schools, there needs to be a 6 a.m. training, and these kids that needs to be the culture like it is everywhere else. You know, and these kids need to be wanting to come to it, and the parents gotta have that dedication as well to, hey, my son wants to come to this, I need to find him a ride, or I need to wake up early. And a lot of the times, and it's sad, but a lot of times that I've been seeing is a lot of parents don't want to do things to inconvenience themselves, and it's hurting our kids. It's hurting the future. There's gonna be times where you don't feel like getting up, but what's gonna make that kid stay out of trouble? What's gonna get him? It's a numbers game. The more you're in the gym, the better you're gonna be. The more you do your homework, the smarter you're gonna be. You know, so as a community, we need to push for that more. As a community, we need to help out. It takes a village to work with all these kids to do it, but they got to start seeing that. They got to start seeing that, hey, look at everybody around. They're in that weight room before school. When football, thank you. In the summer, when there's summer workouts, the numbers are so low that come to the summer workouts. You know what I mean? And that just got to change. You know, because the St. Paul City Conference, when I was growing up, used to be cold. You know what I mean? We used to whoop all the, you know what I mean, all the private schools and the suburbs, and now it's the opposite, because everybody's taking their kids and going everywhere else. And I get it as a parent, you know, my kids went to a private school, so I get it to a point, you know, but it's sad. I'm all for it, and whatever push we got to do, let's get these St. Paul public schools back on the route that they used to, and you know, we can start whooping up them private schools. We can start whooping up.
I want them to expect more, just like you said. I want people in St. Paul to also expect winning, to be a part of, like, your history. Like, I'm proud to be from St. Paul. You know? So you can't hear me up. I'm very proud to be from St. Paul. I rep it everywhere I go, any state I go. I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota. So I don't know if that's something that we've lost, you know, with the younger kids or some of the parents, like you said. But another thing I also wonder, because I know I didn't see it too much myself, and you guys may have seen it differently. How much do these coaches kind of need to tap back in with the rec centers, man?
Hey, I'll speak on that. I definitely feel like a lot of these coaches in the inner city, they do have to reach out to the rec centers, the youth programs that are in their area. I know Sam up here is doing a great job, but I'll be honest, man, I haven't seen him at one Westside Booster practice yet. You know what I mean? So that's something he has to tap into, you know what I mean, our kids. We have, you know, other areas that are asking for these kids, you know what I mean? Especially on the football side of things. You know, Westside Booster is really big in football, been around for 55 years. So we have, you know, we have the Simleys, the Cretans, the St. Thomases, South St. Paul, reaching out to me and Bob. Yep, coming to our games. Hey, what can I do for a practice? Can I run a clinic for you guys? They're all on board, you know what I mean? Hey, we want to set up a tour for your kids to come and check our schools out. We're not getting that from the inner city schools, not just Humboldt, because, you know, St. Paul, all these kids can go to any school, Johnson, Central. We're not getting that from none of those kids, from those schools. So I think all those coaches, they have to all tap into us, you know what I mean? Not just us, but, you know, the Jimmy Lees that are coming back up, the Rattlers over on the east side. Leo's doing a great job with them dudes. But look at where his kids are going. Right? They're at White Bear, you know what I mean? So there has to be, it's not, I don't think it's the youth programs that are doing something wrong. I think it's more the high school programs. Yep. So they have to tap into the programs that are in their area and try to get these kids. But yeah, you know what I mean? I would love to see, you know, these kids come to Humboldt. You know what I mean? I'm a 2001 alumni here, you know what I mean? And like at that time, you know, played against the Joe Mowers, Mo Hargroves, Rashad over at Central. Rashad, all them dudes, you know what I mean? Webb, all them dudes over at Central. Johnson had a great team. So, like, at that time, the city was competitive. Right now in the city, you know, I think right now with Central, Johnson, maybe Humboldt right there in the mix now, you know, they've been coming through. But, like, it's low, but it needs to come back up, and I think it will. We just got to do better in our youth organization, developing kids, and also tapping in with the high school coaches to try to keep them here in the city.
We really do need to come and tap in.
Yep.
You got something about?
Yeah,
Yep. You want that?
just to piggyback on what he's saying with that, I just think that, you know, the coaches and even me as a coach, you know, if there's like a St. Paul clinic that we can be, you know, that all be at one place, you know what I mean, to be able to try to get at these kids and put the egos aside, man. And it shouldn't be the east or the west or the, you know what I mean, all this. And the kids, the more kids that are seeing you as coaches, you know what I mean, the higher chance that they're going to get to know you and want to come to your school. So if you're inviting different youth programs in, and not just the one that's right next to you, but different youth programs into your schools, you know what I mean, that goes far. So hopefully we can see that happen.
So I love you say that. I know it's big West Side. I know the Boosters been big on the West Side even since I was playing. But like you said, we're big on St. Paul. So how does kids that aren't on the West Side sign up? Because I know you guys got a big program that can pull all the way from St. Paul. So how do you sign up for the Boosters?
Man, you can just go on our website, westsideboosters.com. We have all sorts of event links. You know, if you're a girl, right now volleyball is huge for us. We just had I want to say 130 girls come out for our JO program to try out for our first year ever doing that. Basketball program, I think we're still taking in-house sign-ups. Our travel teams are pretty much locked in right now. Flag football, that'll be all, the registers on there. Baseball, we do baseball. And then, you know, tackle football is our big one, you know what I mean? So everything's on our website, westsideboosters.com. You can follow us on Facebook or Instagram, Westside Boosters. Yeah, that's where all the information's at, man.
And then I'll just finish it off by saying, man, for one, I know I love you guys' grind. I've been here. I've had plenty of family members come through the Westside program, plenty of friends whose kids come through the Westside program. So I know how much it means for these communities. I big you guys up a lot just because you guys were able to keep it going, where we have a lot of places that have had to stop, from Frogtown to Jimmy Lee. That's where I grew up playing. The Palace no longer has football. The city football is pretty almost done now as far as youth goes. So for you guys, man, what would you like to see, or what's your vision for the Westside Boosters and the totality, not just football or basketball, but in totality, what would you guys like to see it in the next 10 years?
In the next 10 years, or even 5 years right now, I'm trying to get a field house. So if we can get a field house, so right now we're struggling with gym space, field space at times, and if we can get a field house so we don't got to ask permission and you know, and fall in line with everybody else's schedule, we can elevate so much. And the other thing is, we would like to take over football citywide. If we could run the whole football program for the whole citywide and get back the city football league that used to be here, because our city football as well used to be cold. You know what I mean? So it's sad that now we got to go to the North Suburban, East Suburban, South Suburban. You know, we've been in the North Suburban League for the last, I think, almost 10 years now, you know, and we only did it because the teams just started dropping from the city, and we wanted to get more for our kids. And we still, at the time, we were playing North Suburban and city, so we were playing a lot of football, and then the city just straight phased out, which is sad. But if there's somehow we can get that back, I would love it.
Is there anything that, my bad, for you, is there anything that you guys believe that the city can do to kind of assist with that, man?
I think, honestly, you know, helping us with, like, space. The biggest thing is space right now. So, like, we got Baker Field up here. We're going to get redone here hopefully this fall, or hopefully this winter. It's supposed to be another turf field for us. So we'll have 2 turf fields on the west side, which a lot of communities don't have that right now. You know, I know me and Bob talked, and like our organization, we're definitely trying to, if we have to fundraise and meet them halfway, is get a dome on this side of town. You know, the east side has Conway, but that's more for soccer. I think if we can get a dome, man, I think we can push a lot more players, not out to, like, you know, better high schools, but honestly, we can get them to like the D1, D2 level for the football, man. You know what I mean? Because we have a ton of talent, but then we have to kind of cut it off after their fall because we had nowhere to work out. So my biggest thing is, like, if they can help us with space. I know, Bob, we talked today actually about a field house. You know, there's some locations on the west side that they're looking into. So we can get something like that to help us with a field house. That'd be huge for our program also.
Well, I appreciate y'all coming out and having us, man. I appreciate everything y'all do for the city. Like you said, it's not just west side or east side. We definitely hold it down for the St. Paul, so we appreciate you having us out on this special night.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate you. No, that was big interview, man. Like I said, I think the biggest thing for the youth is to keep where you are. It's not always better. The grass is not always greener. Back to the game. Edison is making this a game. It is 26-21. 5 minutes left in the first half. 3 going up. Missed by Humboldt. Edison's pushing the ball. I really like how Fidel has been playing. He's been getting the ball up court. Not a lot of turnovers. Looking like another layup coming his way right now. And one, like I said. Fidel has a minimum 10 points right now. Pushing that ball, playing with some pace. 28-21 Humboldt. Edison swinging around. Corner 3 is off. Who's the rebound? Fidel again pushing it ahead. Uh-oh, layup by Jakir Rice. Timeout Edison, 30-21. Nice little run by Humboldt. We're back. Edison coming out that timeout. Got a good look. Nice pass. Malachi with the 3. Boom. One finally dropped for him. Fidel's getting to that paint, making a good pass or getting up a nice layup every time. I'm really impressed with Fidel, number 5 from Humboldt.
A little body there.
So, you know, speaking with the, you know, Westside Boosters team, what are some of your favorite people coming out of the Westside Boosters program? Because one that I faced when I was in 7th grade, the great Michael Floyd, man, he showed me that there's levels to this. Who would you say is some of the best players, football or basketball, come out that booster program?
Well, for sure, Floyd, Jalen, my boy, the linebacker. What's my boy name? I don't want to get his name wrong.
That's all right. We can think of it. We got the 6th grade boys.
Then he went to Wisconsin to play linebacker.
All right, Caden,
my boy Caden. Nate Shaw, my boy Nate Shaw. They used to have some very good linebackers too.
All right, we got some of the West Side Boosters in here right now, so we're gonna hand the mic off to you. We want y'all to say y'all name and what grade y'all in.
You just keep that one.
My name is Eric, and I'm in 6th grade.
My name is Nasir, and I'm in 6th grade.
So I know you guys play football, right? Football?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So just had a couple questions for you. What does it mean to be a student athlete?
It means to have good grades, work hard on the court and on your schoolwork, and pay attention in class so you can play the game.
A student athlete means to me that have good grades and exceed on what you want to do, and you need good grades to do what you want to do.
For sure, that's what's up. So how's your season going? Is it still going? Did you guys conclude the season? Tell me about your season right now.
Right now, our season's going pretty good so far. We're working on our defense and offense right now. We need to work a bit on our on how we play our plays. But so far it's going pretty good.
Yeah, our season's been going pretty good, and we just won this tournament this past weekend at North St. Paul.
All right, what's the team goals for this season? I know Westside Boosters never played around when we was younger. I know they're hard on y'all. So what's y'all goals for this season?
Our goals for this season is to play our heart out. Beat as much teams as we can. Get to state and win everything.
Yeah, our goal is to win state. We gotta work hard and really pay attention in what we gotta do.
Do you guys play football and basketball for the Boosters?
Yes.
Yeah.
How'd your football season go?
Good. I mean, it went okay, I guess. We could have did better.
Yeah. My team, we went to the championship and we lost though. We lost by I don't know, but our team was the Westside Jaguars.
All right, I got one more question for both of y'all. Is this y'all favorite sport, basketball? What is y'all favorite sport, basketball or football? And then, are you even thinking about high school? I know 6th grade is a long way to go, but are you even thinking about what high school you might want to go to?
Me personally, my favorite sport is football because, I like playing. I like, the physicality of it and just, the playing of it. And the high school I want to go to, I would say is either, Mini Ha-Ha, because they got a good repetition there. And then, maybe here, maybe Humboldt, maybe. But, yeah, that's my positions.
I really like basketball because I like the way how you play the game, and the high schools I'm thinking of might be Simile, Cretan, or maybe here.
All right, man. We appreciate y'all coming. Good luck to the rest of the season. We'll definitely get that schedule, come out and support y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. See y'all later, man.
Tapping back into the game while we was doing the interview, Humboldt went on a nice little run. It is 38-29. Humboldt is up. Got 1 minute and 34 seconds left until halftime.
Like I said, the game is going to pick up once they settle down. We got a lot more scoring than we had in the beginning of the game. Both teams hitting some shots.
And I think, interviewing them kids, we definitely got to bring St. Paul back because first answer for both them high schools was what? Non-city schools. So, yeah. And I think it starts with us, man. We went through the city, giving back. If you went to the city or you want to see change in the city, send your kids to a city school, man. We got 2 more Westside players coming over.
2 more young gentlemen.
You want to go?
No, go ahead.
All right, how y'all doing? I want to know y'all name and what grade y'all in. Y'all can just pass the microphone back and forth.
My name is Kingston, and I'm in 7th grade. My name's Ace, and I'm in 8th grade.
All right. So the other question we asked, I know it's basketball season, but did y'all both play football and basketball for the Westside Boosters?
Yes, sir.
All right. How is your basketball season going so far?
It's going good. We got 3rd place in our first tournament. In our second tournament, we got 2nd, and we just got 1st in our last tournament.
Sounds good. So I want to ask both of y'all, and you take your time to answer. What does it mean to be a student athlete?
To be a student athlete, you gotta have good grades to play any high school sports, and Even if you don't do so good in sports, if you have good grades, you can still get scholarships to go to college.
I like that. I like that.
I think being a student athlete is someone that gets good grades, is accountable for what they're doing, and don't mess around in school. Same what he said, like even if you don't do good in sports, you could still get a scholarship at somewhere else.
I like that, man. Accountability and knowing that not messing around. School definitely comes first. What is y'all goals for this season? I know we're talking basketball now. What's your goal? 'Cause I know the Westside Boosters is pretty strong and they got some good coaching. So what's y'all goals?
To win the state championship.
Yeah, I'd say win state championship and keep working as a team and keep winning games.
I like that. I like that. So I know you guys said you guys play football and basketball. I want to know from both of y'all, what is your favorite sport? And I know you're in 7th grade, so high school's right around the corner. What high school is you looking at going to?
My favorite sport is basketball, and I'm looking to go to Simley.
I'm not sure. I think it's both right in between 50-50, but I'm going to Simley as well.
All right. Well, we appreciate y'all. We're going to get y'all scheduled and come show y'all some support. Definitely liked our answers of what a student athlete means. Keep up the good work, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
All right, youngin. Okay, it's busting. We got a 6-point lead, under 5 left. Looks like back-to-back fouls getting called there on Edison.
It's crazy. Every time we do an interview, I look up. One team done went on a run. So
More scores for sure.
no, this is gonna be a good game. Hopefully, it continues in the second half. We got 4 seconds left. I think that Westside booster brought a little bit of extra energy for Humboldt. They a little turned up.
There's a lot of scoring going on. Let's see if that's a little bit of an emphasis for both teams coming out the half. Let's see if anyone's looking to get some stops. Otherwise, we might just have a high-scoring game on our hands, and that's not a problem.
I'm looking for what adjustments is Edison going to make to kind of slow down Humboldt. They're looking like they want to run. They're in this zone, and they're getting a lot of rebounds out that zone and pushing the ball. So I want to see what Edison does to slow them up.
Yeah, that's the one thing about being in the zone. You will allow a lot more offensive rebounds. Well, there's capabilities, I should say, of allowing a lot more offensive rebounds, unfortunately. Looks like we got an over-the-back call right there. And then this is just, some of these players are young, man, you know. So this is just growing and learning. They'll get better. Like that player, I know. I mean, you can't fault the kid for going hard, but, you know, you can't have that foul right there with 4 seconds to go. You just can't.
Not at all. But I like how they looking under Sam, man. I hoop with Sam. Sam definitely was a hooper back in his day, so I like he got the energy going, and they looking like they're free.
Yeah. So we got some high score. I like it. So far, who stood out to you the most from Edison?
From Edison, really, what really stood out is they were kind of slow when Terrence Golston came in. He brought energy. He scored the first couple buckets, and he got them going. I think that took off the lid off the basket. So I'm actually happy to see that 6-man Terrence come off the bench and give him a spark. What about you? What about from Humboldt? Who you been looking at from Humboldt?
From Humboldt, I like number 5. He's been playing with a lot of energy. Number 4 out there, Keith, what is it? Keith Whitlow.
Keith Whitlow, yep. And then
He's
number
been playing,
5,
he's
Fidel.
been at the line. He's been living there. He's been there. Look, this is his 3rd trip already.
No, for sure. I'm right there with you, man. Number 5 is Fidel. He's been pushing that ball, getting to the paint, scoring, but he's also looking for his teammates, and you need that in your point guard.
Yeah.
We got free throws coming. We got 0.3 seconds left. There's 3 seconds left, and there's 2 foul calls. They got to be better, man. They got to be more locked in. First one's good. If he can make this, Humboldt will walk in with a 8-point lead in halftime.
You're just trying to make as less mistakes as possible in the game of basketball. Mistakes are going to happen, but you don't want to have any of the foolish mistakes, and then you're trying to limit the mistakes for sure.
All right, that is halftime.
Halftime here.
Humboldt is up 42-35 over Edison. Looks like Westside Boosters is going to be having some type of celebration for them. Really good to see Humboldt embracing them, man. I think they could really turn it around. All right, we back in the second half. Things are getting going. Same score.
Good little setup there. Good little two-man action. We lit now. We here.
And we got Jakar and Fidel both lead the Humboldt Hawks with 12 points. And we got Malachi, who I thought was the shooter. He got 8 points. So let's see how them continue to score. See if Edison can make that push. So I know I was asking you some of your favorite people from
the West,
from the boosters. How about from Humboldt? I know, you know what I'm saying? I know we used to beat up on them back in the day, but one of mine was Brian Winters. My guy was there for 1 year. Went over there and went crazy. Coach Al's still crazy for not keeping him at Central, but do you remember anybody from Humboldt?
Humboldt had they had a little guard. I believe my little Julian Lester.
Yep, Lester was nice.
He was cool. They had another, my boy Josh. Josh was here.
Yep.
They had a big man. The big man, he averaged he led the conference in scoring that year.
Oh, Keenan.
Yeah.
Keenan was nice.
Yep.
I think it was nice. Keenan Kent, or it might be the wrong last name, but I remember Keenan came from Chicago, came up here and went here. Was going crazy.
Yep. He over there with the cereal glizzy.
All right, still scoreless. Pull up Joe from Jakar. I think they just settling too much right now. You know, they got to get to the hole.
Sloppy play again at the beginning of the half. Let's let them settle back in. Still a very entertaining game, high scoring, like I said. There we go. Good defense.
Good pass.
Good pass on the fast break. Got to finish.
I see
that coming, unfortunately. But way to stick with it if you're humble, you know. Everything that they did right there was excellent besides the execution of the fast break. But besides that, great hustle.
Oh, guys. All right. At the line was a miss. We're still scoreless in the second half. Is it good defense or nervousness? I don't know. Scott. There we go. Got the first points of the second half. Teron Williams with the free throw. And I believe Edison got to put somebody in the middle of this zone, right? It's a 2-3 zone. They're matching up, but someone got to get to the middle to break this zone down.
And look, for me, your zone buster is not always your big man, okay?
Nope.
If you're listening to this as a coach, high school, your zone buster should be your best slasher or attacker, honestly. A good passer is okay in there, but he at least has to be able to score.
He has to put pressure on the rim.
Somebody in that middle has to collapse that zone. Once you collapse the zone, then you can just do whatever you want. Just like that right there. Way to collapse. Got a good open shot. Look, then you're getting offensive rebounds.
Malachi goes to the line. Number 11 for Edison. See if he can get them on the board in the second half. They started off slow in the first, so in the second. So that's maybe something that both teams can work on, getting going early.
So I'll ask you, J.O., because you are, it's not many people that have had this luxury, but some. You've actually played in both the St. Paul City and the Minneapolis Conference. What would you say are the biggest differences and what some of the similarities between the two?
Quick fact. You know, shouts out to Dylan Hale. He's the only person in history that I know of that has a St. Paul Twin Cities Championship and a Minneapolis Twin Cities Championship. But I'll say the biggest difference is I'm not saying St. Paul's not tough, but every team over there, and I won't say toughness as in like they're tough as in good, but every team in Minneapolis wanted to take our heads off. They didn't care who we were until we were up 20 or 30. They was coming at us full strength. Now I'm gonna reiterate, that's not skill I'm talking about. just sheer toughness. And I think, and people are going to probably crucify me for this, I think St. Paul was a better top-to-bottom conference. And so your teams that you might not look at that as something they were going to do something, they will come and give you a good game. Malachi with the 3, getting them on board. He now is up to 11 points. I'm sorry, 12 points.
I'm getting sloppy.
Dion, and I know you didn't play in the Minneapolis conference, but what is something that you thought when you was going over to Minneapolis? Was it sweet? Did you know you had to bring your A game depending on the team?
So here's the funniest thing about it, right? I've never lost to a Minneapolis team in Minneapolis.
Sheesh.
But I did lose to North at Central, unfortunately.
Buzzer beater, huh? I remember that. I remember that tie came through and hit the buzzer beater.
Yeah, that was a horrible moment for my guy Larry Brown. Shout out to him. He shouldn't have went for the steal. But besides that, he's a great. But he shouldn't have went for that steal. Left me back there on the island, and that man pulled up for game. But all in all, though, you know how it is, man. St. Paul and Minneapolis, we really don't get along with each other too much. It's a border rivalry. It's a river battle, whatever you want to call it. It's going down, baby. So it's because of that, you know, you're always going to get a little bit of an intense game in between St. Paul and Minneapolis teams. It doesn't really matter the skill level. The better teams usually will start to pull away in the second half. The first half, like you said, J.O., it's just going to be a fight just because, you know, we don't like each other too much. And it brings out great competition. I will say I've never had a fight. I never got to fight, I should say, because we definitely tried a couple times, y'all. You know what I mean? But I never actually got to fight, so, you know, we keep those things kind of just on the court or on the field, you know, when it comes to the battle.
No, I love the rivalry between the two cities, and honestly, they think the same thing about the other one. The other one thinks the other one's dirty, weird, too far, and being in both conferences, going to both different, you know, schools, being a Minneapolis guy, I could say for a year, there's more similarities than we like to give each other. They are twin cities for a reason.
There's a whole lot of similarities for sure.
Humboldt's up 10 right now, 51-41. Nice take by Teron Williams. Getting to the line. They just got to finish.
So let's talk about it real quick, J.O. Last year, Humboldt, we know, finished second to last in the conference. This year, you know, they're trying to get off to a better start than last year, of course.
Fourth in the conference right now at 1-0.
Where, you know, what's the ceiling for Humboldt, do you think? You know, who? Let's just call it what it is, man. Who's gonna win the city this year? Do you believe?
So that's a nice question, man. You know, everyone's gonna say either Central or Johnson, but depending on what side you're on. I know Coach Howe, we talked about it last year, has won like 5 out of the last 6 city conferences or 5 out of 7. I really liked how Central looked against Woodbury, and I thought Woodbury was going to be a tough team. They got some good players over there. So I think it still is Johnson or Central. You know, they like to split. That is a good game, but I think the ceiling for this Humboldt team is higher than people expect. No disrespect to any class, but they are in 2A, so I think they have a chance to make it. Like I said, they were 1 game away last year. I think they come back more polished. They lost a senior, but Jakir Rice was looking very nice last year in that game they lost. He was leading the scorer. So,
look, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. I believe in the city this year. You got a lot of kids that have left their schools, a lot of turnover. So a lot of teams that may have been good last year, you know, unfortunately may not be that good this year due to just turnover. But I think it'll still make for some great competition in the city.
And that's all we want.
Yeah, that's really all we want. Just like this game, it's a great battle. You know, got teams, these kids are out there fighting hard. And that's really all you want to see, especially just from a competitor standpoint. I just want to see you compete.
That's it. And what I liked about growing up in the city, not saying that the city was 1,000 times better, but you always knew 2 or 3 people were going to bring it every night. Yeah. You knew when you went to Humboldt, Jimmy was over there, Tyshawn was over there, Troy was over there. You went to Harding, you knew a couple people was over there. They was really good when we was sophomores and freshmen. They had Meach, a whole bunch of players, but you always knew somebody that was going to put it on the line. If you messed around, you could mess around and find yourself in a tight game. So I really just want the city.
Oof.
Exactly. Oh my God, Lonzo used to let it.
Lonzo from Harden
Used to let it burn.
Pure bucket, man. Pure bucket.
But you know, being a city product, I just love when basketball's competitive, man. I want someone to take pride and say, you know what, I'm going here and making my name for myself and not running. Nothing wrong with the suburb teams. They definitely have something good, but stay home and do it where you grew up, you know?
Yeah.
I know they're gonna crucify me for that because I went over to the south side, but you know, I did my 3 years at Central. my man LD said, I hate to watch you leave, but I'm gonna get these buckets in your absence.
Yeah, that was me. That was me.
And it looks like a standstill. Edison can't get a stop and get over the hump. 45 to 50, or 54 to 45. Missing a lot of bunnies.
And me personally, I'm not going to say I still believe the city runs through Central until otherwise. Just right now, I believe Central's guard play is still some of the best guard play you're going to find in the state. You know what I'm saying? Just honestly.
No, for sure.
Eli, I think this is his year now. You know, he had to kind of split it a little bit with Allen last year. And
He's on
rightfully
demon.
so.
He's on demon time right now.
So
I'll tell you that.
So now I believe Eli has his chance as his team. And, you know, I'm just looking for Eli to do some things. But what I will say, though, is young Curtis, Maine Curtis.
You talking about young boy from Johnson?
Young windmilling machine.
Oh, my God. But look, though, do you remember when we was at Johnson before all these clips came out? I said, the young boy, nice.
Yeah.
And they were saying that he couldn't play in the beginning. Yeah, man. I think he's going to be the difference maker. He can shoot a little bit, jump a lot of bit, pass the ball, rebound, push the ball. I think he's the deciding factor for how far Johnson goes.
Yeah, I will say that I think as far as player of the year goes, for me, it's Eli or him.
I think Eli might walk away with that. He's just so poised and scoring. You know, growing up, you would look at a certain basketball player and be like, nah, I'm on his heels. He's not caring. He's built for that. He's not caring. So my pick would be Eli.
Yeah. Come on, youngins.
Got a couple more West Side boosters coming in.
We got some of the youngins in here with us.
Or actually, just pass the mic back and forth when he asks you a question, okay?
Get the headphones. How we doing, young? All right, what's your name, man? What grade you in?
Lucio, in 3rd grade.
All right, go ahead, pass the mic to your friend here. What's your name? What grade you in, boss?
My name is Braylon. And I'm in 4th grade.
Okay. All right. So what are you guys expecting out of the season this year?
Out of the season, we're 7-2. We're doing okay, but hopefully we can just make it. We can make it to the state championship, so we can win our tournament.
We try hard, all that. The same reason why we get practice, to try hard and stay focused.
All right. So how do you guys like being student athletes, man?
Good. It's all right.
Yeah?
I mean, that's all I'm going to say.
How about you, man? You like being a student athlete?
Yeah, school comes first and then athlete. And if you don't do school, that means you can't be playing basketball or any sport you want to do.
All right. So you said you guys are 7-2 right now?
Yeah.
All right.
We only lost by 1 point.
Only lost one? That's it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what's your favorite player, man? Who's your favorite player?
My favorite player has to be Anthony Edwards and Steph Curry.
And Steph Curry? Who you got?
Edward and Curry.
All right. So now, last question. Who's better out of you two?
Same.
Okay, that's good, man. Y'all teammates keep pushing each other and y'all go get better, man. All right? Y'all go send us y'all other teammates, baby. Good talking to y'all. All right, man. You was nervous on the mic? It was in the headphones. I don't know if it, but it probably ain't pick up on there yet. Yeah. My phone had died. That's why I was struggling like that.
No, you good.
I was trying to pull up the question. I'm like, all right.
And older kids can answer that. I like how you said. If you ask them, what does it mean to be a student athlete?
They'd have been like, I like basketball. Little folks say, yeah, school comes first.
And one. Who is it again? Who I said from the beginning. Terrence with the and one.
Terrence Ghostin, that was a good move right
And I
there.
believe he started this half. I seen coach come up and said we got a starter. If I was them, I would have been in there and said Terrence wants to play. He's on the court nonstop. Nice and one to bring him within 10, but they just got to get over that hump. They got to get a couple stops.
Yeah.
Who is number one? He looks like he's somebody's uncle out here. Goodness
He played
gracious.
football.
Jashawn Scott. Goodness gracious. You do your push-ups, big dog. I want to see you do something out here.
Does he play football?
He does. Terrence creates finishes that and one. Down 9 with 10 minutes left.
10 minutes left. The scoring hasn't been totally the same. It's been a little bit slower. But these last 10 minutes, it might pick up. I don't think it's the defense, technically. They are both playing a lot harder, a little bit smarter, of course. But I just think they're not executing on both ends. Both teams have been getting some pretty good shots, pretty good looks, and they're just not going in. So we'll see if they start to hit some more shots here.
For sure, for sure. We got free throws now from Keith at the line. Missing it. All right, Edison got to stop. Let's see if they can convert. Turnover. And look how he pushes the ball, man. Fidel is just nice.
Oh, he got to finish that.
Oh, almost. I would have dropped that off.
He should have dropped that off.
But I like how he pushes the ball.
Great push.
And I'm not mad.
Number one's hustling out there. Jashawn, he's hustling out there. Oh, I see him.
Terrence, look at Terrence.
Okay, the hustle is not lacking. This is a game of hustle.
This is. Uh-oh, big three coming down. Boom! Big shot by Jakar Rice. I'm telling you, he's their guy. I know Fidel pushes the ball, but he is their guy.
Straight out of the fire, baby. A lot of chaos was going on. Jakar said, let me settle y'all down real quick.
And every time, Edison looks like they're going to make a push. Humboldt has a timely score to keep it at 10 or more. Back-to-back threes. Boom! Christopher with a nice three.
Yeah,
and that, my friend, might be it.
Timeout has to be called. You said that? And score?
What? So on break, Wayne said he has Humboldt finishing top 3, which I believe he may be saying 3rd in the conference. What do you think about the LD?
I think they got a chance, just as good a chance as any. I believe they were right there last year. They ended the season 14-15, made it all the way to the section finals. Lost a big man, Farrell. You know, that's a big piece, of course.
It is.
It's hard to replace 20-something points, 20-plus points a game. But I do believe they have the opportunity, and they have an opportunity to be even more than that. Look, playing hard is half the battle.
It is. It really is. And I believe last year Harding was a sleeper team. They gained some traction. They believed in themselves. I think Humboldt can follow in their footsteps and be that sleeper team this year.
Yeah, just off of playing hard. Playing hard, hitting some shots, playing together. But the other part of that is playing hard, playing smart. You know, those are big halves, in the game of basketball. Then the little skill, mix in the little skill, and then boom, you're cooking with something.
For sure. Jakar back at the free throw line. Just hit one. 66-50. Humboldt really opened it up with them last 2 threes. Edison just cannot get a stop. If they got a stop, this would be a really, really close game. Jakar's on his way to a 20-point win also.
Humboldt's kind of blew it out. It's just kind of how we were talking. Even with the better teams, look, the Minneapolis versus St. Paul, I mean, the competition is always going to be there in the beginning, man. It's always going to be there.
And I do believe from top to bottom, St. Paul does have the does have the edge. Shouts out to all the youth right now. The score is 6-7. You know, LD let me know right there. He just did the hand movement. He's tapped in with the youth. Shouts out to the youth.
I did not. He's strong.
He's strong.
Young man, we just mess with you, man. You look good out there.
One more. Another one for him.
Ooh, if he'd have hit that, I might have been Terrence from there.
Nice passing right there. Make it count. Uh-oh. Jakar on the fast break. Going up. 2 more. I'm telling you, he's going to be leading all scorers. He's got at least about 22 right now. Another 3 coming from Edison. Almost an and 1. Got to let him land. Got to let him land. I think the difference right now is Edison is settling for 3s, and they're not getting that slasher into the middle or putting pressure on the rim. And their shot's not falling, so that's how they fell behind.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on currently. Do look like a lot of the starters are out of the game for Edison. They could be getting some rest right now, but you know, for them, look, just continuing to play hard. You know, they got a young B squad team, slightly young JV team. So, I mean, look, you're going to have some ups and downs. It is what it is. For your team, though, you just want to continue to stay the course, continue to stay disciplined, continue to build. You know, like, you can't give up on developing these kids. That's the only way you get better. You don't get better if you don't develop. It's not going to happen overnight. So they just got to stick with it. I think the coaching staff over there, they got the right coaching to get it back on track.
Nice move by Christopher. Nice little step back. And now this game's blown all the way open. 20-point lead, 19 technically. Terrence to the bucket, nice slow step. Gotta finish. A lot of bunnies being missed, LD, but do you think that's because it's the beginning of the season? Gotta knock that rust off?
Well, I wish I could say yeah, but layups is one thing that did just bother me. You shouldn't be missing layups, man. You know, not at this age, not at this level. You know, I will say that. At this level, layups just have to be given. Now, it will happen, of course, but I won't ever blame it on the rust. Okay, Deshaun.
All right, Unc.
Deshaun showed me something.
Deshaun showed me something, for sure.
Did he play the first half? I don't know.
Got a push on Humboldt.
But looking at Humboldt, they have size. They got some shooting.
I'm telling you, they're the sleeper team. And looking at their schedule.
Young.
Looking at their schedule, they play Brooklyn Center 1. Minneapolis Edison's looking like a win. They got St. Agnes, Mounds Park, Eagle Ridge, St. Paul Academy coming up next. They could go into their holiday tournament and maybe be undefeated.
That is true.
One thing I do love about St. Paul, Minneapolis, you're always going to get about minimum 2 games against the.
I mean, look. Just looking at this, I mean, I don't know Eagle Ridge, so I can't say about them. But as far as St. Paul Academy, shout out to my boys at Mounds Park. St. Agnes, I don't know much about them. But you're talking about maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What holiday tournament are they playing in?
That's a good question. I'm
we'll
not
have to
sure
figure out
on
a little
that.
bit more about their holiday tournament. But possibly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say they split the holiday tournament just because we don't know what's going on there. So before you even get a loss, you're looking at maybe 7 wins.
And that's nice to go into your conference play having a head of steam.
And then when you look at the conference itself, you got 3 conference games. Then you play a higher ground academy. there's a good chance they can go out their first 15 games and be about 12-3.
I do like that, and we giving them a lot of love right now, and then we look up, and Edison has made this a game. It is now a 12-point game. They just got to stop, charge. I don't know. This might be where I use one of my timeouts.
And look, this is a part of the coaching because maybe you weren't getting what you were needing from your starters out there.
Oh, great move, almost put somebody on the floor. Got to finish, though. If they finish all their layups, this might be a tie game.
Make a layup, and you might be ahead. Honestly. But it is just crazy because, man, look. And then this is it. This is coaching growing pains. Right now, you're trying to figure out if you're Edison, you're already 0-2. You're trying to get you a win. So you're doing what you have to do, you know.
All right, Edison looking to get back. Okay, let's go. 2 more points for Jay Sean. 10-point game. Edison's making a run. Now,
we were doing some interviews first half, JL, so I got to be honest. I seen the game, but I didn't see a lot.
No,
I don't know where this Jay Sean kid came from.
And he did not start, but it looks like he is a captain, though. So, big 3 coming.
Ooh, that's a good shot from the young man.
Keith Whitlow.
Good shot from the young man, Keith. He's been balling. He was balling in the first half. A little quiet here in the second half, but, you know, he hasn't been asked to do much.
Another 3 from Jay Sean. Ooh, that would have.
I thought he hit. I was going to say, I'm going to follow him all year. He hit that.
Nope. Fidel would have been nice. They got a rebound, though. Nice hustle. So, I know I played the Minneapolis Conference. You remember anyone from Edison? I know the 2 people that come to mind is Jonathan
Connor.
Yep, and then also Tommy was over there. Shouts out to Tommy McBriar. Been doing a lot with the community, really holding it down.
JC, I mean, really the only person I remember. I think Moosey went there his senior year.
He did. Moosey did go over there.
But still, yeah. I know JC was on one. And Moosey, that's it, though. You know, like I said, respectfully, you know, them just wasn't really teams we was checking for.
On the floor. That. You know, your big homie went there, too, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm 50 Tyson for sure went to Edison. I'm just going to let you know. People didn't know that he played football. Big homie at Edison. My fault. I had to throw that in there. My fault, y'all. My fault.
There's just no reason that was brought up, okay?
Hey, we're talking about Edison right here, man.
We're talking about sports.
Yeah, he plays sports, though. You okay?
Basketball.
Hey, I ain't going to lie, man. Woo, that's where he from.
I don't know where we went with that, y'all. Okay, so we back. Oh, they back at a timeout.
All right, we got Fidel at the line. Hits the first. Him and Jakar gonna have damn near a dub apiece, man. I like that tandem with them too.
Look, it's a good game for Humboldt. A lot of things that you can get better at. Defensively, I think it's their main thing for them. I don't really see Humboldt having a problem with scoring. I think they have enough offense out there right now. My thing is going to be for them in the long run is how will this defense look? Because like we've talked about, Edison today has kind of missed. I know we've seen at least 10 missed layups on our own.
Yep.
And that's 20 points there. And I mean, not just like hard layups. I mean, we're talking about bunnies that we've seen ourselves. So, you know, I mean, but that's basketball. It's going to happen. It's a make or miss, you know, type of game. But I will say, just like that right there.
I think that we got a foul.
Little shot clock situation here.
Yep. Reset it.
You got to reset that thing to 3 seconds.
Did not hit the rim. They got 3 seconds. And another thing, I like that you speak on that because how are they gonna be able to compete if that zone isn't working? Today that zone worked. going against the Central, would they have shooters and people that can get inside? How are you going to adjust?
How will you adjust, you know? And look, it's a lazy man's defense, you know, to me. At the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do according to your team. But it's a lazy defense, and it's easy for players to get lazy being in the zone. So it's not something you really want to hold your hat on too much. But at the same time, you know, styles make games, make fights, you know, like they always say. So, you know, this game, I think maybe they'd seen that they could use the zone to their advantage.
I think so, too. They're selling for a lot of threes. I think they had an opportunity to get to the rim. But like a team like Central, they're not going to settle after a certain round.
That or the open threes that you're giving them, those might be knocked down.
Those might be knocked down 100%. So I would like to see them match up. But, you know, play to your strengths. You know, I've coached against a team that I know that can't shoot. We're going zone.
So that's the only thing I want to see going forward for Humboldt. I think they got a nice group of players here. I think they got a nice, well-balanced size, no lie.
I know they went about 7 or 8 deep tonight. And they do got some bigs. Usually when you see a Humboldt team, it's someone playing out of position, out of necessity. They got some couple kids out there that's actually going to be down there with some height, and you need that in basketball, man.
No, you do. I mean, that's something you can't teach. You'll never be able to teach size, ever.
Not at all. Couple missed free throws, but offensive rebound. And this is where you just drag it out.
Some time here. Yeah, see, that's just, again, against a better team, you just can't afford some of these mistakes.
Another bunny.
Another missed layup right there.
Fidel onto the races. Nice little step through. Another two.
Good finish.
I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure both Fidel and Jakar got 20 apiece minimum. A lot of threes going up for Edison. Maybe it's just not their night. But being 0-2, maybe got to get to that rim when something's not falling.
And look, I'm never going to be against the shot, the three-point shot, because it's a part of basketball. But what I am going to say is a lot of people are falling in love with that shot, and you need to fall in love with layups first.
100%.
That's all I'm going to say. You need to make sure that you can make layups 100 out of 100 before you think about shooting some threes.
100%. Nice hustle from Simon Casper. He's been in here. Ain't shown him a lot of love tonight, but he's been doing all the dirty work.
He got the Draymond Green on.
You know it. Getting the offensive boards, diving on that floor, getting an extra possession for his team. He needs someone on the team that's going to do the dirty work. Shouts out to Simon Casper.
Look, pull it out, slow it down. It's just not needed. That's a bailout there.
It is definitely a bailout. But this is going to be the difference. Can they compete with Johnson and Central? Playing smart, knowing when to go and when to slow it down. Some teams only have one speed.
Good game here. Like I said, good win for Humboldt tonight, definitely.
For sure. Starting off the season 2-0, and like we said, we believe they can minimally get to 7-2, making them small adjustments.
You got St. Agnes. I'm not really sure what they're working with right now. In the past, you know, I'm just saying, with what we've seen tonight, a team scores 80 points. You know, 80 points is 80 points. You know, it's not easy to do.
Steal by Jakar, no look. And who else to score? Fidel.
And they also have made mistakes. So it's not like Humboldt had just came out and played a totally perfect game. They had some turnovers they wish they had back. A little fast break, missed layups, you know, things like that. Broken defense assignments, just like right there.
Nice three.
So they didn't play a perfect game by any means, but they still were able to get a big win here by a lot. So that just means, that just lets you know how good they can actually be.
Exactly. Walter Lish with the three before that. It is a 19-point game right now with Jakar at the line. Really nice showing from Jakar and Fidel. Those are going to be our 2 spotlight players after, if they're allowed to come over here and kind of talk about how the season starts. But I'm excited, man, and once again, no disrespect, but I'm excited to see what this Humboldt team, and you don't really hear that a lot, so I'm excited to see what they got going on. Got the West Side Boosters in here, looking to get that program back in here embedded. It's looking like a good future for the West Side.
Definitely. I like them jerseys, too. Shout out to them jerseys one more time.
Big shout out to the
Central,
jerseys.
can we get some Rondo jerseys?
Can we, man?
Can we get some Rondo jerseys one time for the one time?
Is there going to be Fidel with another steal? And he's going to be awarded 2 more free throws. I don't know, though, if they had an East Side jersey, who's wearing that? Is it Johnson? Is it Harden?
Both of them.
Is Washington technically the East Side?
Yep.
Anything past that Rice Street East Side, huh?
Anything that ain't Central. Talk about Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, y'all.
Tiger.
You might as well just do the players. Ooh. Yeah, go ahead. So what we're gonna try to work on, we don't know if it'll happen, but as y'all heard, the West Side Boosters president, executive director Bob, and Nuff here, they welcome some engagement from the inner city schools and these high school coaches, man. So we're gonna see, man, what we can do to tap in some of these high school coaches with these younger football teams out here, organizations. You got Frogtown and Rattlers, like they mentioned, West Side, and let's get a clinic going, coaches. Let's get our pride down, pride to the side, and let's tap in with these kids, keep them in the city, and let's build our programs, man. This one's winding down. Hopefully, we just holding the ball here. No more fouls. No more. Turnover. I think this one's going to be a wrap for Twin City Sports. We appreciate y'all tuning in when you do. Yeah, we should be sending it down. Eventually, maybe no one wants the game to end. Maybe no one wants the game to end. All right, Twin City Sports signing out, man. Game day here. Check us out going forward, man. We'll be doing this going forward.
For sure, it's a pleasure. Appreciate you, LD. 88-68, and we'll be coming with Jakar and Fidel very soon.
Thank you.
For sure, great win. 2-0 on the season, man. Congratulations. I just want you guys can pass the microphone back and forth. Just introduce yourselves real quick.
My name is Jakar Rice.
My name is Fidel Lobby.
All right, I'd like to see what y'all did out here. So last game, I know Jakar, you had 16. Fidel, you had 13. Today, Jakar, you had 21. Fidel, you had 20. Just talk about how is it on this team scoring, because I know y'all had 5 people scoring last game, and y'all really led it tonight. So what is y'all role on that team?
Our role is to really just get the team going. You know, when the team is down and we need some energy, we're just the leaders on the team. We get the momentum pushing. We just start the game off right.
Yeah. Like what he said, we are leading scorers, not leading scorers, but like we're leaders on this team, and we got to play with pace to get buckets. We just scored 88 points. 5 people have over double figures. We push the ball up court fast, and we just play in transition and get layups and shoot the threes.
So as the season goes on, and today was a great win by both of y'all, good defense. As the season goes on, man, what are you guys' goals for the season?
Our goals are, because over the past years we've been getting better and better. Before, like a couple years ago, like when people saw the Humboldt, it's the game is not competitive. No, every game is going to be competitive. I don't care what team you are. This is a different Humboldt team.
Yeah, like he said, like we're not ducking no smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like every game, it don't matter who we playing, we gonna compete. You know what I'm saying? Our goal is to go to state. Basically, that's the goal. That's the goal. Go to state, be top 3 in the conference, and that's what we're shooting for.
I love that you say that. Wayne definitely said he got you guys top 3 in the conference after seeing last game, especially this game. I love that you're talking about pace. Your pace is great. You push that ball. You looking for your shot and others. But your defense tonight, you two guys had, I know, both over 5 steals. Kind of bring what the energy is Coach Sam bringing the difference, because I seen a different Humboldt team tonight.
Just discipline. It's really just discipline. We do a lot of defensive drills at practice, a lot of disciplinary defensive drills at practice, and you can see it translate in the game.
Yeah, started off the defensive end. We like to do shell. We're just talking on D. Number one thing, to be a good defensive team, you always have to talk, communicate with your guys, and it's basketball. Have fun, and these are my brothers. Like, we love each other.
So we know what happened last year, man. You guys were almost there. 1 win away, of course, section finals, almost making it to state. Last year also finishing with a losing record, of course, unfortunately, of 14-15, man. How much has that motivated y'all this year to come back and say, you know what, I already heard you say it, we're a whole different Humboldt this year. You know what I'm saying? I got the West Side jerseys on. How much does that mean, man? How much does that motivate y'all this year?
It means a lot, like this West Side community popping up for our games. Like, before, like, Humboldt really didn't have like a big crowd, but the program began getting better and better and better. And like the West Side community has a huge part of this. Like, it's like we're family. Like, everyone supports us. They come to our games. Like, it's like a family on the West. That's why I love over here.
When people think of Humboldt, they think we trash. You know what I'm saying? So every game I come in with a chip on my shoulder to prove a point. So that just, especially what happened last year and getting injured at the game, like it put a different type of mentality in me. Like, I'm trying to go all the way. Like, I don't care who in front of me, I'm going to kill.
Man, I love it from both of y'all. Man, we appreciate y'all coming out here. I know Coach probably wants y'all back there. Congratulations starting 2-0. We're definitely going to be around. And way to show out for them youth, because I know the youth, it starts with y'all. Y'all ball out. Y'all make it to state. Now the youth are saying, you know what, Humboldt is a place I want to go to, man. So we just want to say congratulations, and we're going to be following you all year.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys.